So far away, Nisha, thoughts on the arms of Chris Hemsworth?
So beefy.
Fucking massive, innit? Unit. Playing a superhero is notably a physically grueling experience due to the sheer amount of effort you have to put into accurately portraying a literal superhuman. For example, consider the actor Chris Hemsworth, a man who's gotten so large trying to play Thor, God of Thunder, that Disney has genuinely struggled to find a stunt actor big enough to stand in for him.
Well, it seems to be the thing now that if you play a superhero, you have to be quite large.
Yeah, every single time like a new actor gets cast as like a new hero being introduced, like the MCU or something like that, you always see like 6 months later that shot of them in front of a mirror at the gym with a six-pack, regardless of what character they're playing. My favourite example of that being Kumail Nanjiani, who got fucking ripped as balls, and presumably still is at the time of recording this, for like the Eternals, and hired a professional photographer to take a photo of him with a six-pack. What a man!
Why not?
Well, I'd do it. If I was being paid $1 million to get a six-pack, I'd fucking take a photo of it as well. It goes all the way back to, though, like the Spider-Man movies. We like Tobey Maguire, where you have like skinny Tobey Maguire, which I think they filmed right at the start of production, and then Tobey Maguire had to take like 6 months off to go get in shape while they filmed other scenes to do like the next day mirror shot. Joey just looks in the mirror and he's like, why am I just jacked as all balls now?
Peter?
Yeah?
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
And one of the things I appreciate about superhero media is where the character acknowledges the fact, wait, why did my superpowers give me fucking abs? Which happens in the Flash TV show. Like where he's knocked out, put into a coma and wakes up and goes, why did being struck by lightning give me abs? I don't get it, but sure, whatever, I'll roll with it.
Lightning gave me abs.
Well, it's the same with Captain America. I mean, you saw how tiny he was in the first Captain America film, and then suddenly he's giant.
Yeah, he just comes in, and that was done, for people who don't know, with CGI, and there's a really great behind-the-scenes documentary that Marvel made about it, where Kevin Feige is talking about how they were going to realise that effect. And he's like, we had to do it with CGI, but we were very, very aware of the fact that if the CGI was bad, no one would believe it, and thus no one would empathise with, as they called him on set, Little Chris. And the story as told by Kevin Feige is that when he showed people higher up at Marvel and Disney just some test footage of Little Chris, they looked at it and went, wow, so how long between shots did it take for for Chris to bulk up? And then he just thought to himself, they don't even know it's CGI.
And I remember showing a section of the film, early rough cut footage of the rebirth scene. And the people I was showing to, how did you add those muscles? That was amazing.
Well, I think because I know it's CGI, I can spot it. It looks a bit off, but it is really well done.
Yeah, it's very, very well done for the time, and also compared to other superhero movies where they tried to CGI something.
Oh, yeah.
Superman's mustache being a great example.
What's the best thing about planet Earth?
My favourite thing, though, about people watching those before and after shots of Captain America thinking that, oh wow, Chris Evans was that skinny and then got that big, is that when he becomes Captain America, he gets like a foot taller.
Yeah.
Do they think like Chris Evans... Do you think he got taller?
He grew in height as well.
Like, never skip spine day, apparently. Just exercise and get taller.
Well, it makes sense that for characters like Thor and Captain America, the actors do need to get into shape.
Yeah, because Captain America is supposed to represent the literal pinnacle of human potential. But it's even the case for characters who don't need to be ripped as all balls. For example, Ghost Rider. The Ghost Rider film with Nick Cage. Nick Cage actually did get abs for that. So this is like the first retraction we're ever going to publish on Fact Fiend, because I mistakenly, in one of our earliest ever videos, talked about them CGIing Nick Cage's abs on. And it turns out, no, it wasn't CGI. They just oiled Nick Cage up something fierce for that scene, and he really did get abs. He really went out at 40 years old. And the thing is, Ghost Rider is a fucking skeleton. He doesn't need a six-pack, he's a skeleton. He's on fire. And then you have the best example is Wolverine. In the very first X-Men movie. Here's a clip of Wolverine in that movie. And then you look at Hugh Jackman like 20 years later, and he is huge jacked man. His name is so fucking accurate. He's the huge jacked man. Everyone needs to get fucking swole. But it's like a trend in Hollywood now where like, everyone has to just get ridiculously fit for all their roles. And I would love to pick the brains of an actor who's worked in the industry long enough to remember not having to do that. I recently found myself watching like, the early Bourne movies, like the Jason Bourne movies, which are really good. And you could tell when you watch those, like Matt Damon is in shape. Like, he's in pretty good shape because obviously there's a lot of physicality in that role. But those movies were made before like the MCU. And then you fast forward to like when they had like the reboot or whatever the fuck it was where they brought Matt Damon back. And he's in better shape in like the movie 20 years fucking later than he was in the first one. And I'd love to ask Matt Damon, how annoyed are you about that? How annoyed are you that you had to get a six pack at like 45 years old when you didn't have to for the first movie?
So, bringing it back to Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
So you mentioned like he's one of the actors that puts in a lot of commitment to getting buff for the role of Thor.
Yeah, arguably he is the most committed to like, you know, just getting swole for the role. Because holy shit is Chris Hemsworth fucking massive. You just have to look at a picture of him. He's fucking massive when he's playing Thor. But even his co-stars in the MCU, which include people like Chris Evans, who is equally as fucking massive. I don't understand how he does it. He is fucking enormous. And then you have Tom Hiddleston, who very famously initially auditioned to play Thor. They didn't really have anyone in particular in mind for the role. So they just said anyone who's over 6'2" and is blonde can audition to play Thor. So he did that. And he went in and he auditioned
For Outland! Come on!
And Tom Hiddleston, like, you know, he plays Loki, so he's, you know, he's still in the MCU. But he said, yeah, I'm not mad that I'm not Thor, because I look over at Chris and I see him forcing an entire chicken into his mouth for the second time that day on the way to his second workout and go, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Because
I would not want to do that.
just seeing him force the chicken is like, I can't.
Fucking hell.
I'd rather just wear this really crap wig and swing around a staff while wearing the horn helmet.
It must be alright though, being able to eat whatever you want as much as you want.
It does sound great, doesn't it, folks at home? Like, yeah, he's got to exercise a lot, but he can eat as much as he likes, whenever he likes. And that's not really the case for Chris Hemsworth. He has a very, very strict diet, so he can remain as lean as possible. And also, while he does get to eat food he enjoys, he has to just eat so much of it that it's not really fun for him anymore. Something I think is perfectly summed up by the fact Chris Hemsworth regularly has to eat a lamb chop as a snack before a 5-mile run. And I was pretty sure before I researched this article, the only things that had to do that were fucking wolves.
That's a snack.
As a snack.
That's insane.
It is.
That's insane.
Now, he has to eat like 5-6 times a day, and that
Jesus.
has led into him becoming so large that Disney genuinely struggled to find a stunt double to stand in for him. Obviously, he does have one, and that is a guy called Bobby Holland Hansen, who has been Chris Hemsworth's stunt double since the first Thor movie. The problem is that Chris Hemsworth keeps getting bigger with each subsequent Thor movie. And Hansen, as his stunt double, has to get equally as large, to the point where the two men just exercise together, because the only way Hansen can keep up is by just following Hemsworth to the gym and doing everything that he does. For example, in specific regards to Thor Love and Thunder, he said, Chris wants to get the biggest he's ever been, which is great and admirable, but it means I've got to get just as big, and I'm a stunt actor, so I have to, this is my job, and when I'm as big as Chris, I can't stand in for other people, because I'm too big. Like, think about that. Like, if you look like Chris fucking Hemsworth, you can stand in for Chris Hemsworth. You can't stand in for anybody else.
Yeah, you're very, like, restricted to playing Thor stunt double.
Or someone as massive as that, which has resulted in Hansen carving out quite an interesting niche as just a stunt double for superheroes.
That was pretty cool, though. To say, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a stunt double for superheroes.
Yeah. I'm the guy they bring in to stand in for superheroes because they can't do what I can do. It's not bad for him, but fucking hell, just all that chicken, mate. So much chicken. And there's an interview with Hansen where he talks about his daily routine, and it sounds nightmarish. Like he says, I have to eat every 2 hours.
Oh no.
Just to get enough calories in my body to get as big as Chris. And that is in addition to exercising twice a day and going to set to do fucking stunts.
Jesus, that's intense.
The really sad part is when they ask him, so do you like food? He goes, not anymore. I see eating as a chore. It's something I have to do with clockwork regularity every 2 hours, and the shit I eat is just like plain chicken and rice. I fucking hate it.
Oh no.
Like a sentence that would be the most depressing thing in this video, if not for the fact that Hampton is putting in all this effort to stand in for a man playing a fictional character, and that 99% of people watching the films he's in don't care who he is. So far away, Nisha. We've all been stuck in lockdown, so, exercise is not really something we can all do right now, but holy balls, I'm feeling tired just talking about this.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I went to a gym, and sometimes just running up the stairs tires me out. So yeah, talking about that is just making me so sleepy and just so achy.
Nah, because we're recording this in my bedroom, I've got my exercise equipment around me, and it took me so long to get exercise equipment, because in lockdown, you can't get it.
Yeah.
Everyone just went, the first thing everybody did is just buy all the exercise equipment. It took me 3 months to find a set of fucking dumbbells. Because I've got pretty hardwood floor. I have to really gently put my dumbbells down. So one thing I hope though is that's going to result in when I go back to the gym eventually. It's going to result in people being a lot more careful with their weights, because there's nothing worse than people dropping their fucking weights at the gym.
I got back into swimming earlier last year, and I was so proud because I kept putting off swimming for ages, and I was like, right, I'm going to go back swimming because it's good for you, exercise your whole body. Mm-hmm. And then I think I went 3 times, and then lockdown happened. And I'm like, I feel like I'm back to square one with my fitness. And I'm just like, for fuck's sake.
And I'm in the same boat, and long-time viewers of the channel may have noticed that around the middle of last year, I started to get a bit soggy around the midsection. And that's because I went from exercising every fucking day to just being stuck inside my house. But I was still eating the same amount of calories I ate when I was training, which is 4,000 calories a day. Which is fine if you're exercising every fucking day and trying to, build, which I was trying to do, and then I just I'm still eating the same amount, but I'm not exercising. Well, it's only now that I've actually managed to, slim back down.
Yeah. From
all that weight, because I got a bit fat, then I got really skinny because I just wasn't exercising at all, and I've only now started to build back up to what I looked like 2 years ago, which is what I looked like before I started exercising. It's damn it! Curse you, lockdown!
All that work undone.
Just straight down the fucking toilet. I miss being able to eat a pizza for my lunch and be like, that's fine.
So that's the thing, I do that now, and I really shouldn't because I don't exercise.
If people wonder why don't you do drinking videos anymore? It's because alcohol has a lot of calories in it.
Yeah.
And I could have as many calories as I wanted when I was I can't now. We're all trying our best, and that's all anyone can do.